Okay, welcome to Dave Rides. Haven't done this for a while. So today, I'm going to talk about the Ninja 500. And is it the best beginner bike? Well, I'm going to tell you, I reckon it is. If you're a beginner, you know, it's pretty hard to choose a bike because you don't really know what you're doing. So I'm here to let you know about the Ninja 500 and why you should probably get one if you're a beginner rider and don't know what to get. Now, why I reckon this is the best beginner bike is because of its lightweight and the low seat height. You've got a 785mm seat height and you've got a 171 kilo wet weight. Wet weight means full of oil and all the stuff. You know, when I was buying a bike, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about bikes. So I kind of researched stuff, and I was probably really looking at the CF Moto 450 SRS. That's the one I kind of wanted. But when I went and sat on it, it seemed a little bit bigger than this one. Just a little bit heavier and a little bit taller. Not much, but just a bit. And then when I went and sat on this one, it just felt more manageable. Because when you're a brand new rider and you haven't really ridden before, that's a big deal. Well, it was a big deal to me. I wanted to be able to get 2 feet down on the ground solidly and it not be too heavy. And I'm 5'8.5" and I can easily get my feet on the ground. So I reckon even if you're much shorter, you could as well. Or at least even if you're like 5'3", or I reckon you could get your tippy toes down, or at least one leg. But the thing is, it's light enough to not feel like it's going to be out of control and just tip over on you. So yeah, they're the two main reasons I kind of got it. But main reasons I got the Kawasaki is because I wanted a brand new bike and I wanted a trusted brand. And it was very... I looked at the Aprilia as well, the 457, and that was pretty good. That seemed more similar to this with the height and the weight. But still, I read reports that there was a long wait for parts. And with CF Moto, you just don't know with their parts. I had a mate at work have a CF Moto. It's a great bike, but he waited a little bit for a part. Anyway, I just thought for my first bike, I'll go Kawasaki, the trusted brand. And you know, you can get parts. We know that you can get parts for this because they've been around for a long time. And you know, that 400's been around for a long time, and a lot of the a lot of the parts for the 400 fit this as well. So yeah, it turned out well for me. But what you're going to notice if you get this bike is it's a fair income street bike. Like, it's for the road with the torque down low and in the middle. You know, you got that torque where you can get around cars and take off from lights quick. All things you kind of need to do when you're riding on the streets. You're a street rider around town, ripping it. And that's what's good about this. and you can feel it. You feel that torque down low and in the middle when you need it. You can really rip away from the cars and rip away at the lights. It's not like an inline 4 where all the power's in the top end. You got the power down low and in the middle to give you that exhilarating feeling. And you utilize it. You know, if you're a new rider, a beginner rider, all that stuff you'll grow into. But you know, this has got enough power, especially for a beginner rider. You don't need more. It's enough. Even if you're on the highway, you can still go on the highway and rip it up. You know, it's not a leader bike, but when you're a beginner, you don't kind of want that. But even if you're not a beginner and you're looking at a good bike to get, I suggest the Kawasaki 500. It's a great bike for anybody. It hasn't got the power of the ZX6 or a leader bike or any of that stuff, but that's, you know, can you really use that power on the street? I mean, I don't know. I've never ridden them, and I'm not experienced enough to be able to ride those yet, but I know that this does its job, that's for sure. It rips away. Okay, I'll show you. See, you can rip it. Yeah, as you can see, it's a nice low seat height, and I can comfortably get my legs down with bent knees. And what am I, 5'8.5"? So the Ninja 500, a recap. Nice low seat height. Nice low weight. Accessible. Good in the mid-range and the low range. Nice amount of torque for street riding. And it's a Lambs approved bike. So you can get out there and start ripping it immediately. And it's Kawasaki, so it's dependable. It's a good brand. So the dislike would be the exhaust, but you can change that. And on my model, the windscreen's a bit small, but you can get a bigger one. So they're two things that don't really matter that much. I did get another exhaust. I got two actually, but they're so loud that I took them off again. I think I need to get some exhaust material so they're not as loud. But anyway, that's my take on the Ninja 500. It's an awesome bike. Go and get one. Subscribe to Dave Rides, and see you around like a rissole.